Last week, rules in the Senate were decided on to get rid of term limits for the Senate president, but not everyone thinks this was a good idea. 22 News State House reporter Ellen Fleming explains how this will affect the Senate.
The Senate has now joined the House when it comes to lifting term limits. The Senate president can now continue to lead without limitation. The Senate voted 32-6 to get rid of the 8-year term limit for the Senate president, meaning Senate President Karen Spilka can lead the Senate for an infinite amount of time if re-elected by the Senate every 2 years. All 3 Republicans voted against the measure, and they were joined by 3 Democrats: Senator John Keenan of Quincy, Becca Rausch of Needham, and Walter Timilty of Milton. Term limits were first adopted about 30 years ago, but during the vote, no one spoke on the Senate floor in opposition. Senator Fatman, who is one of 3 Republicans who voted against lifting term limits, said in a statement, "Term limits for the Senate president were passed in 1993 as a reform to prevent centralization and homogenization of power. Reversing this rule isn't a step towards progress, it's a step back in time." Senator Rodrick offered the amendment and said that term limits in the Senate puts the chamber at a disadvantage when it comes to negotiating with the House. Now, without this vote, Senate President Karen Spilka would have been pushed out of her position by 2026. Working for you at the State House in Boston, Ellen Fleming, 22 News.